Hello. So this is the course of information system development, and we are going to learn about the Django Basic. So we already learned about the HTML Basic, and yeah, now we are going to learn about the Django Basic. First, we will check the content of this course, which is the information system development, and we are going to learn three things. First is we are going to learn about how to install PyCharm and Django. And next, we are going to learn about the hello world in Django. And the third is we are going to learn about the basic template in Django. I guess today we are going to learn about how to install and a little bit Python. Okay. So how can we install PyCharm and Django? First, I would like to recommend you to use the PyCharm. And in PyCharm, there are there are two kind of versions. The first version is community and the other is professional. If you're using the community version, there are many limitations, such as you cannot build your project easily for Django. There are some restrictions, and I don't want to go with the community edition. Instead, we have a freedom to use the education version. It means if you apply the PyCharm with your university email address, let's say if you're a student of Huff, then you can apply the something at huff.ac.kr. Okay. So try to apply it with this email address, and you can use this email address so you can register on the website to get the free version. Because you're a student, then you can get the free version with the academic email address. If you are an exchange student, if you're an exchange student, I guess you can try to figure out how can you get the university email address. If you have any issues with the email address, just let me know. I will try to figure out how can I help you. The first is, you need to download the academic version. There's a free for student with academic email address. So let's see, this is the link that I give to you. Okay, so you can just copy and paste this link. I guess, I already have this one. So this is the free educational license. And I can teach you with this license, and you can also learn with this license. And after some period of time, maybe they will have the time period, so they allow you to use for 1 year, so you can use it for free with the license, the academic license. So if you're applying now, okay, I guess you need to input your ID, and student, what student. Okay, so you can fill in with this one, and then your university email address. You need to have a valid email address, and after you have that one, then you can just apply for a free product, and then they will give you some options. Okay, there are many products that they are uh, giving for free for the student and also for the teachers, so you can choose later and choose PyCharm. Okay, so once you choose the PyCharm, and this PyCharm Python IDE for professional developers, you download them and install them. And once you finish the installation, I guess you need to again fill in with your university email address with the given password that you already set. After you have the PyCharm, I recommend you to install Anaconda. Okay, if yeah, of course it takes some time. Okay, so the Anaconda is the data science tool, and they also include the Python inside. So if you want to, as I already give you the guideline for the team project, I hope that you can do something with the analysis. Okay, so you are not just you're not just making a website without nothing. So I I'm expecting you to use this Anaconda, and when you download this one, it already include the Python, so you don't need to install Python. If you want to, if you said that, okay, I don't need this Anaconda stuff because it's too heavy. Yeah, I know it takes like 400 66 megabyte. If you said, okay, I don't want to use the Anaconda, I can just type with Python and then I can do the analysis with Python. Then that's also fine. Okay, so you can go to with the second option. You can just download Python, and then the python.org is the website to get the Python. So choose either Anaconda or Python for the installation. And if you can use Anaconda, it will be better for your data science later, and of course it is helpful for your project. So I don't want to because I already have my Anaconda, I already have my PyCharm, so I will not download those one. Okay, and for this I think I will skip that one. Hope you can do it yourself. And next thing we are going to do is how can we install. Okay, so when you already have the file and you already installed it into your computer, there will be another issue, which is to install Django. Okay, because in Anaconda there is no Django, and in PyCharm you need to also provide the Django. So Django is one of the library in Python, and you need to install it. There are two ways. First, you can install using pip. So Django will be installed in the system wide. If you want to have a stable Django, I recommend you to use the pip. Or the second option, you can use the virtual environment. Every time you install if you make a project with Django, then it will create a virtual environment. So this will be installed in a particular project only, and will not affect the other project. Of course, it is, there's an advantage of one way to installation, and on the other, with the respect of the other solution, I recommend you to use the pip because it's more stable. So with the pip, I would like to give you one way to install it. First, you can do the command prompt. If you are installing the Anaconda prompt, then you can run the Anaconda prompt. Sorry. So let's see. Now I can use the Anaconda prompt. Okay, Anaconda prompt, because I'm using the Anaconda in my computer. So you will get this one. This is the prompt based on Anaconda. And yeah, if you are connecting to the Anaconda prompt, you can use the pip. And let's say if you have your pip was the previous versions, you can update it first. So I give you this command to update your pip. And if you want to specify the installation, let's say Django now is already in the version 3, and you think that, okay, I want to include the 2.7 or 2.8, because some websites, like GitHub, they provide you the the previous versions. Okay, so the versioning is very important. That's why if you want to install the previous version, then you can mention, let's say, I want to install Django version 3, or I want to install Django version 2. Then you can specify that one. Or if you just say that, okay, I just want to install Django, okay, then you can just pip install Django. Okay, and once you enter, it will check to your computer. If you already have your Django, then it will say something that, you already, the requirement already satisfied. Okay, so all the libraries will be installed in your computer. If you don't have it, then it will install automatically with all respective libraries. And if your Django is outdated, it means the version is the very old version, then you can just upgrade it. Okay, pip install dash dash upgrade Django, then you will get the newest one. And that's one way with pip. Or the second way, you can use the PyCharm environment. So in the PyCharm environment, there will be one kind of setting environment, and you can add that, you can add Django in the setting environment. Okay, I guess if you're already using the pip is enough. So if you have any issues with the pip, and if you have any issues with the installation of PyCharm, and if you have any issues with the installation of Anaconda, just let me know. Okay, because after you install the Anaconda, don't forget that you need to include into the okay, you need to change the environment variables. I will show you this one. So you need to edit the system environment variables, and you can go to the environment variables, and after that you need to change the path here. Yep, if you can see here, I set the Anaconda tree. So this is the folder that I installed the Anaconda, and then you need to include also the Anaconda tree scripts, and you need to use also the Anaconda library bin. So those trees directories are necessary when you want to run the Anaconda later. So make sure if you already installed the Anaconda, you put this one in the edit environment variable, okay, like what I did here. Okay, that's all. And sorry, I think I will start with the Python overview. Some of you who join this course are maybe you're new with Python. Yeah, I know that some of you already joined the data structure and algorithm, which I taught before. Yeah, and on at that course you learn about Python. But some of you may be the first time to know Python. So please let me give you the brief overview about Python in this hour. Yeah, I hope if you already know about the Python, yeah, you can just try to refresh with the idea of Python, and you can try with more advanced techniques. Okay, but this is a very basic one. Hopefully that it helps you to uh, uh, remember more about what you already learned before. So the Python is an interpreter language. So it is an interpreted language, and the comments will be interpreted in the yeah, it will be executed through a Python interpreter. So the interpreter receives a comment, evaluates that comment, and reports the result of the comment. So the programmer, it means you need to define a series of comments in advance and save those comments in a text file. So the text file will be the source code or the script. So the script, usually it will be in the .py, or we can, yeah, this is the suffix, or this is the file name, demo.py. If you're using the Jupyter Notebook, for example, the file name will be .ipynb. So it is different. And for our course, yeah, we will use the .py in some of the later part, because Django is based on Python. So you need to be familiar with the .py. And for the first time, if you already have your PyCharm, yeah, let's open the PyCharm, and then you can make the first project. Okay, so the first project, let's see this one. If you are making this, okay, let me open my PyCharm. Okay, let me open my PyCharm environment. So in this PyCharm environment, yeah, it takes some time. So if you already installed with the Django in the PIP and etc., actually the PyCharm already have the basis, already have the basic functions related to the uh, yeah, Python environment. Okay, so if you are making this one, let's see. Yeah, I already have the Python trials. Okay, so we are going to make this one actually, and let me close this. Yep. So let me close this one. So this is the first page in PyCharm. So you can create a project, or you can open the project, or yeah, you can just use the version control. It means you need to get the file from the GitHub or any version control site, and you want to use it in your computer. So there is a way to do that one. And in our case, let's make a new project. Okay. Because I already have this one. Okay, I just want to show you something. Okay, so when you create a new project, you can see it in the left part of your panel. There are many projects like Pure Python, Django, Flash, Google App Engine, Pyramid, Web2Py, and so on. Okay, so there are the basic things that you can do with the PyCharm. And let's say you are going to use Bootstrap, then okay, the Bootstrap is available, and you can try to make a very fancy website with Bootstrap. And for the first time, let's just use pure Python. Okay, so this pure Python, if you can see this one, okay, you are making the new environment with virtual environment or with the existing interpreter. Because you already have the Python, then you can just follow this one. Okay, let me skip this one. If you want to make a pure Python, this one, and then yeah, you can figure out the type project name, like yeah, first Python, let's say, okay, and you can go to the next, because I already have the Python. For me, I'm using the Python trial. Okay, so you can see just create the project Python trial, because you are using the pure Python. Just go pure Python and Python trial, and after in the Python trial, yeah, there is no file. In the first time there is no file, so you can just click on the folder and you see there is a new. When you see there is a new here, then you can see there are many options of the file. You can create a file, so the file means any file that you want to use. New scratch file, directory means the folder, Python package, we will make the package just for the Python source code. So you want to create a Python file, Jupyter notebook, HTML file, style sheet, JavaScript, TypeScript, package JSON file, and so on. Okay, so those are the basic file that you can create with the PyCharm. And for the first time, I was trying with the trial.py. Okay, you can make the same, but for now the name of the file will not be so important. Yeah, so you can make your own file, and then yeah, you can try to make the .py file, so you can just figure out the name. Yeah, I'm in my case I will just use the trial. So now you can start with the very basic one, which is the hello world. Okay, this is the most common. This is the most common thing in the programming language. You need to understand how to show it the hello world. So the hello world here, yeah, you can just use print comment, and then you can just say hello, and then yeah, if you run this one, you can see in the button run here, you can have the shift F10 and so on. Okay, or you can just press in this file, and then you can right click. Okay, and you can see there are many things that you can do. Let's say I'm going to run this and just control shift F10. Okay, so control shift F10. Okay, you can see the hello. Okay, so you can see hello. So the first is the hello world. I put the shop. What is meaning shop? Shop is the command. So you will not execute the command. This one will not be executed. You can just give a description. So for example, this is the first Python language for me. Okay, so it means you want to describe or want to explain something, and it will not be executed in your program. So the word print is yeah, the comment, the statement to show the result. So I want to show hello. Okay, if you change this one to half, then of course you will check this one, the Control Shift 10 to run this one. Then you will see half. Now you need to understand, if you are making another value in your print statement. Let's say I want to print half and 5. Okay, so you can see half and 5 there. Now you can think that the programming language are related with objects. The same with Python. Python is an object-oriented language, and classes form the basis for all data types. There are three basic data types, which is integer, float, and strings. So in any programming language, you need to understand the concept of identifier and objects and the assignment statement. So the most important of all Python assignment so comment is the assignment. Okay, so when you assign something, when you want to make a variable and you have the value, okay, you have to be variable value. So the variable will determine what kind of data that you want to store. If you learn Java, the variable can be uh, you should follow with one kind of data type. If it is integer, then you need to say integer x. If you have the value of double, then you have the double x. Okay, but in Python, you do not need to express the variable with the data type. You can just make any variable as long as it does not conflict with Python, and you can put the value directly 98.6, and Python will automatically know that it is a float. Okay, let's see if you have this one. Okay, the value assignment. Okay, I will open this one. Okay, I will open the comment. If I open the comment and I run this, then you will see that, okay, the temperature is 19.8, then 98.4, and then I would like to print it. Then you will get the result 98.4. Okay. Okay, if I want to close this one, so after I finish, I will close. If you want to close, you can press the control and slash. Okay, slash this one. Okay, if you do not know about the slash, you can figure out this one. Keyboard. Okay, I will show you. Okay, there's a on-screen keyboard. So when you want to show or disclose the sharp, so you can use control and this one. Okay, control and this one. Okay, then yeah, it will show you the comment. If you want to open that one, control this one. Oh, okay, I think this one's not working. Then yeah, you can again do this one. Okay, then it open and okay, it's closed. Okay, the assignment can be also with the respect of any other variables. Okay, so if you want to have the string, then you can also have the string. Let's see if it is string. Okay, what is string? So the string is just string like this, and then if you run Ctrl Shift F10, then you will see the text. Okay, I will close this one as well with the sharp, and this one I will also do the comment. Okay, in Python there are many reserved words. It means you need to use your own variable name, not from the reserved words. The Python is also case sensitive. If it is small t, is different with the big T. Okay, and also you need to compose the combinations of the identifier with letters, numerals, and underscore characters. So you cannot use any other characters, only underscore characters, including letters and numerals. And also the identifier cannot begin with a numeral. And there are 33 special reserved words that cannot be used as identifier. Okay, so this is the reserved word. You need to understand this one. So the physically dynamically type means you need to understand that the type is not defined like what you did on Java or C or C++ and other C sharp. Okay, so there is no advanced declaration. So when you have an identifier, it will be associated with any object, and it can later be reassigned to another object. So I will show you an example. Okay? If you have the identifier with no declared type, the object to which it refers has a definite type. Let's say if you are making the 98.6 as the floating point into one variable, then the temperature will have associated value with the respect of the values. It will not be different with that one. So if your temperature 98.6, for example, and the Python can know that it is float, and if you want to change to 35, okay, so it means you want to change from float to integer, then it automatically change the value of the integer into the temperature. So the objects, we know that the object oriented is about the class name and is an instantiation when you create a new instance. To instantiate an object, we usually invoke the constructor of the class. So we will use some of the class concept of the object-oriented programming in our Django. And yeah, for the database in Django, they use this kind of concept. Okay, so I hope that you understand the object-oriented programming. So I will be very easy to explain about this Django. So this is assuming that the constructor does not require any parameter. So if the constructor does require parameters, we might use a syntax like this one. So there will be 3 parameters, which is A, B, and C. So many Pythons built-in classes a later form for designating the new instances. For example, this one. Okay, this is the literal prompt that we already learned. Just giving the 98.6 to the temperature. So the temperature will be a new object. So the results integration of new instance of the float class. When we have an object, we can call the methods. Okay, calling the methods means we are going to call the existing methods from the object. If let's say, for example, I want to sort the data, then you can call the method, and then the data will be in the parentheses. So it is about the parameter that you want to send a function. But in the Python classes, you can also define one or more methods, what we call as the member function, and this will invoke a specific instance of a class using the dot. Yeah. So the dot means, yeah, if you are making an object, Python list class has a method named sort, and that can be invoked with a syntax such as data.sort. So if you have an object data and then you want to sort the values of a list, then you can use the sort, the parenthesis. This particular method rearranges the contents of the list so that they are sorted. Okay, so we will learn more about this one. The built-in classes in Python, there are some built-in classes, and the class is immutable. It means if it is immutable, it is an object which has a fixed value about instantiation, and you cannot change it later. For example, float is one of the immutable. There are many other classes like boolean, integer, float, list, tuple, string, set, version set, dictionary. Yeah, some of them are immutable, but most of them are immutable, but some of them are not. Okay, so this is the list. The boolean class is about true and false. Okay, you understand? Maybe I will not discuss all the things. Okay, I will skip all this one because this is the introduction of the Python. If you want to know more, I guess you can have more of study by yourself for the Python. The boolean has the true and false. If you are making a boolean with parenthesis, with blank parenthesis, then it means the basic value will be written, which is false. And Python allows the creation of a boolean value of non-boolean type. Let's say if I have boolean foo, so I have something inside the foo. Let's see. Okay, I want to make this. Okay, this is the variable. Okay, let me open this one. So if I run true, false. Okay, so the first true is because I give the value true, and then what is 2 less than 3? Yeah, it is true. So because I want to print the result of trial. But boolean, what is this boolean? Yeah, this boolean is the initial value. So the initial value of an object from boolean, it is false. And if you want to run again this one with the trial, then you will get true. Okay, so I close again. Next is about the integer class. I guess you know, if you already learned with computer programming, then it will be easier for you to understand what is integer. Okay, So in Python, the integer means something that natural number. Okay, natural number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all the numbers without decimal. If you want to know what is the result of integer only, okay, then you can see that the result will be 0. So integer without any value, it will be 0. If you have the number 6, yeah, then it will written 6. If you have a float number here, 3.14, then it will return only the first number. You can check on the next example. If I have integer 3.9, then it will return only 3. Okay. The next will be the float class. The float class means the real value. And our other programming language, they also have the float. Okay? And it can be expressed into way. Sorry. So the first is about the value with comma, and the other is the value with scientific notation. For example, I have the 6.022 multiplied by 10 power 23. It means it's very huge number. Of course, if you have a huge number, you need to reduce it to some portion. So it's the generalized of the all programming languages, they use the E. So if you have float with blank, it returns 0. If you have a float with integer number, it will return 2.0. If you have a float with a string, then it depends on the type of the string. If the string is clean, it means it does not contain any other character, then it will return the value like this one. So you can check on this float. Okay. So if you run this, then you will see float is 0.0 and then float 3. Your input is integer, but the result is float. And if you want to change from the letters 5.14, then you can just call the method float for this one. Okay. What about next? Next is about list. Okay. The list is one of the important class in Python. So the list stores a sequence of objects. There is a sequence of reference to object list. And the elements of a list may be arbitrary objects and can be known. Okay? And list is a kind of array based sequence. So you will learn about array later. And I guess you also already learned in computer programming about array. And it is a list of length with n elements, and the index will be from 0 until n-1. So lists have the ability to dynamically expand and contract the capacity as needed. So you can extend, 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 extend. So it can be bigger and bigger. Yeah. If it is blank, then you can just put the square bracket. And if you want to put the content, you can put any content. It is a content with 3 strings. So the list with the parentheses, okay, please remember, the square bracket is different with the parentheses, okay? The square bracket with parentheses means the class. And if you want to make it like hello, like this, then it will create the hello with a separator for each of the character. So you can see here. Let me open this. Yeah. And if I run, you can see the first list is red, blue, and green. The second list is blank, and the third list is the way to separate all the character into 1, 1, 1, 1 like this one. Okay. Next, what we are going to learn is about tuple. Okay, what is tuple? So basically, it's the same with the list, but it is immutable or unchangeable version of a sequence. It allows instances to have an internal representation that may be more streamlined than the list. So tuple has very small memory because it is only to save. So if you're dealing with the stream data, it will be very good to use tuple. And the same with the other data type like the array, you can just use the parenthesis. This is the parenthesis. And if you want to add more items, then you can just put comma. The other thing that you need to understand is the string class. Oh, okay. I guess I have a value here. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay, the tuple. Okay, so I will not explain more about tuple. So the tuple in the list, the difference is on the bracket. Okay, so they just distinguish the bracket. If you want to know this one, oh, I guess I pressed the wrong button. Okay, now you can see if it is tuple one, then it's just 1, 2, 4, 7. Okay. Okay, I will close this one first. Next is about the string class. So you can print in multiple lines, okay, and you need to give the three single quotes or three single double quote. Yeah, you can see this example. So I have already three double quotes. Okay, if you run this, then it will separate the string into two parts. Okay. The next is about the set. Okay, what is set? Set is about the data that you want to represent, and it is a collection of elements, and it will not be duplicated, okay, and without any order. So if you check this one, okay, so you have set one is the variable name, and we have a b c. So if you run this, one, then you will see that the result is a, c, and b. Okay, so as I already noted in the lecture notes, so the set is a way to remove the duplication, and also it helps the, okay, so okay, there is no inherent order, okay, no order, and only instances of the immutable types can be added to a Python set. So object which is integer, float, and string are eligible to the element of set. So you can use the, like, what you call as the curly braces, like what you did on this. So you can have the red, green, blue, and then you can have the set of 17. Yeah, but it's not presenting the good way, because I want to distinguish all the values. Okay, I just want to know how many items that are unique. Okay. Next is about the dictionary. Okay, so the dictionary is the same with the dictionary that you already have. Usually we have the dictionary with two things. The first is the key, and the other is the explanation. Okay, so we call it, this is the key associated with the values. So the Python implements a dictionary using almost identical approach to that of a set, but storage are associated with associated values. So if you have a blank dictionary, then it will conflict with the set. Actually, it's the similar symbol. So the non-empty dictionary is best using a comma separated series. So if you have the key colon value, okay, it means I have the key colon value, key colon value, and then you put the curly bracket inside to make sure that this is the dictionary. Now let's see. I guess I have the dictionary. Yep. Okay. I have the dictionary here, and then yep. You can open this. Yeah, you have the GA. If you want to know GA, then this the keyword GA is iris, and DE means Gemini. So if I print dict1, then all values will be printed. But if I want to call only the GA, then I just use the square bracket and indicate what is the key. Okay, I want to get the key where the key name is GA. Okay, so it's the dictionary. Okay. The next is about the program structure. Okay, before you understand the Django stuff, you need to understand that the Python is very well structured, and there is a colon character that you need to follow. The colon character is used to delimit the beginning of a block code that acts as a body for a control structure. And you need to understand the way to put the colon. So the colon should be on the right. Okay? Whenever you type the for loop or the while loop, there will be a colon, and you need to make sure that the statements after you use the control flow, you need to use the indented block. So the print will go to the next space. Okay, I will show you this example. Python relies on the indentation level to designate the extent of that block of code or any nested block code within. So the first is about the conditional. Okay, I will just skip. Sorry if I'm too fast. Okay, because it's very basic, so I don't need to use my time more on this chapter, but I can be focused more on the other chapter. So let me just give you a very simple example about if then and if then else. Okay. When you're making the if then, okay, if one is greater than two, that is, if it is true, print true. If it is false, print false. True or false? False. Okay. Then you can see the result. Oops, I need to close this. Okay, so the result is false. Now, if I have another like this one, let me close. Okay, then A equals to 6. Oh, sorry, I guess I not A, but it's B. Okay, so B A equals to 5 and B equals to 6. So what is the result? Oh, okay, so A is smaller than B. Okay, you can see that if A less than B, so you need to put the colon and print A is smaller than B, if. So we are using elif in Python, not else if. Okay? And after elif, there might be another condition. So A is greater than B, then B is more than A. Else, after you have no other option, then it will be printed. So the A equals to B. The next what you can learn from Python is about loops. There are several loops like while loops, for loops. Okay, so I guess you are familiar with the loop. So if it is a loop with the list, okay, I have a list C equals to 1396987. So I can use the for loop for I in C. So the C is this value. So you can have 1369887. And every time for this iteration, I want to put it on the variable I. So whenever I run this, then the variable I will be the counter. So 1, and then after I has been printed, then it will go to the next I, which is 3, and then it will go to the next line, this is 6, and so on. And if you want to use the while loop, okay, you can also use, when you want to use while loop, of course you need to understand how to give the initial value. Okay, so the initial value is important when you, okay, this is very good example. The indentation is very sensitive. if if you put the file, if you put the code is not exactly in the indentation, then it will be error. So you can see this one, if you move this one, if you move to the left, then there is no error. Okay, so if I want to run again, yep, is, oh, I guess it is the same. Yeah, now I'm using the while loop. Okay, what is this while loop? I start from 0, means the index is starting from 0, and then if the I less than length C, so it is the, what is it? Length C is the length of the list. Yeah. So how many lists? How many elements in the list? C. There are 6. So the loop will go until 6, and after 6, then it will stop. So if I is less than 6, then print C J. I want to print the index I of variable C, and then I will be added by 1, and then go on until I reach the length of C. Okay. So the next will be how can you understand the continue and break. Some of the code in the Django will use this concept. So I would like to show you if we have the data. Okay, let's see the introduction first. If break, it means it will immediately terminate when the condition is true. For continue, it will go to the next loop if they are not finished yet. Okay, so this is the example. Okay, I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5, and then this is a for loop. So I have if the number is 3, break. Okay, now if you you just run this one. No, yeah, if you run, then you can get the value 1 2 and then break. Why? Because 1 is less than 3, and the next 2 is less than 3, and the next break. Okay, 3 equals to 3, break. Because of break, then you cannot print anymore. Okay, and yeah, this is very important. And if you want to see if the okay, not break, I want to see if it is continue. Okay, then yeah, number 3 will be skipped, and the next will go to the after 3, which is 4 5 will be counted. Okay, the next is about function. Okay, function is also important concept in programming. And when you have the function, it will be more convenient to make it as a module. So in Django, you will need to deal with the functions. A function can be defined without and with parameters. The number of parameters can be more than one. Okay, so I show you the example in the Python trial. You know, let's see, I have this one. Okay, so I have a function def. Def is the way to describe the function, and then I have display. This is the method name, and there are two variables, name and school. Or we can say this is the argument. Okay, there are two arguments, and after I have received those values, I want to print it. So if the word display means the file, the method name, and if we enter two variables, so the two variables will become name and school. So the first will become the name, and the second will become the school. And if you want to print, then you want to print the name, which is inserted already, and school will is also related with the its respective values. So if you run, yeah, Pedro Hof, Lois Hall, and so Park Korea. Okay. So the last thing in this hour is about the function that you need to check with this signature. Okay, if you want to have only the function that is related to any process and you don't want to get the result, so we call this is the function signature. The function signature means you just have the method, and after you have the value, then that's it. But the other kind of method is you can return the value. Okay, so there's a word return, so you can get back the value after you finish the method, or you after you finish the functions. Okay, so I already copy the code here. Okay. It seems here there is no much different because I have the list and then the count here, number equals to target. Yes, okay. So if you want to see, yeah, the result is 1. Okay, I want to print 1. But if it is not including with the printed, then you need to understand uh, how to define the new variable, or how to define the identifier to place the result. Because if we have the return function, means after we do these processes, and the final end or the last value of the end will be printed. Okay, and the value will consider as the value of C1, and after that I can print. Okay, so if I run this, okay, you have 1 and 1. Okay, it's the same. Anyway, this is the thing that I can teach you. Is if it is too rush, then you can let me know. If you think that I'm too fast and you still need more explanation, send me email and then I will try to help you with your difficulties. Okay. So thank you for the first hour of the information system development about the Django Basic. See you again next time.